day
Very
here
cold.
in South Carolina. We
I
actually have
almost,
some snow.
I almost wore my snow hat, but it was too hot in here for that.
But yes, we have a return, or not a return. Well, it is a return, but a return that was also led to negative feedback that I tried to dispute and fight, not with eBay, but with the individual. Well, actually ended up being eBay too. But we also have 11 sales going
Mhm.
out, so another good day, and some really big high dollar items
Yeah.
that we are shipping that sold really quickly. So you'll want to stay tuned to take a look at those as well. But
See
before we
what
get
it is.
started, my name is Aaron,
I'm Amber.
and we are full-time resellers. We go live Monday through Thursday to talk shop with you out
Yes.
there. So to get you up to speed with this return, so this is a textbook that we sent out, and the person reached out and they complained because I put in good condition. There was writing, there was markings inside, but I didn't deem it as being super excessive with
Right.
regards to the writing and markings that were inside the book. This person apparently did. And on top of that, they gave the long diatribe. I always get wary anytime somebody puts like,
Their life story
yes,
in
they
a message.
um, this long message where basically they talk about how they're upset.
Hey, good morning, Bama.
Um, and what are you going to do about this?
Yeah. How are
I
you going to make this right?
Yeah, I instantly say, hey, you can return it for full refund.
Yes.
No questions. Like I keep I keep my statements and my side fairly quick
Short.
and short
Hmm.
because I don't want to make it like
You don't want to add to the emotion of it.
no. And I think you do
Straight
it
to the point.
short and quick, and then that way they can't read into your statements.
Someone's mic isn't working.
Um,
It's yours.
okay. So they can't read into the statements or anything like that. So you want to try to keep it as like simple and
Right.
like
Yeah, short and sweet.
short and sweet. So they ended up like they kept going back and forth, and it sounded like they wanted to keep the book, but they didn't want to do the
I
return.
need this book.
I
What are
need
you
this
gonna
book
do?
for school, yada yada
Yeah.
yada. And it
It was
sounded
only $24.95.
yeah, and it was gonna be a partial like they were fishing for a partial.
Mm-hmm.
So again, keeping my comments short.
Yeah.
Fast forward, they opened the return, which is what I suggested that they do to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and get this process done. And then not too long after, maybe another day or so, we get a negative feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And so the hierarchy of this is you can get the person to give you the feedback removal, um, and then you can go to eBay. And I usually just go to eBay
Yeah.
when I know that I'm going to win it, but I wasn't 100% sure based on the interaction here if
Mm-hmm.
I was going to get it removed from eBay. So I wanted to try the person first. And then this is where it started. I'm gonna have her read because she'll read faster than I will.
So Aaron wrote, I quickly offered a full refund with returning of the item. What more would you like for me to do? And she said, I mean, I'm returning it. The refund and quickness is appreciated. Unless you have another of the same book, because quite frankly, I needed that book starting this week just for the future and for other buyers' sake. Could you have an updated description, not just copy and paste? I understand why it is done, but it would be nice.
So this is referencing the auto-generated thing. So when I graded it, it's good. So when
Right.
I try to look at, and the reason why I graded it good, there was writing and markings on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on every page. I've seen worse books with regards to
Yeah.
markings and highlightings and stuff like that. And then also the outside of the book
Yeah.
was like flawless.
Right.
So even if it has more on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
the outside looks
condition of the
flawless.
book
Is
yeah.
great. That's why I decided to go
There's
with
no
the good.
missing pages or rips and tears or anything,
Correct.
bends and all
I've
that.
seen far worse.
Yeah.
So continue.
You said, yes, for sure. Just no, negative feedback can drastically hurt our small family business. I felt like I responded quickly and want to make you happy as quickly as possible. She said, I understand that, but I would like to be fair to all. I think buyers should know that this can happen. Not saying it will again, but transparency is important. If I have a positive review, I leave one. If I have a negative review, I leave a negative review. You have plenty of great reviews, and I think that will still likely outweigh the occasional accidents like this one. I am still greatly appreciative of your quick response and resolution of the issue.
Okay.
Keep going?
Yep.
Okay, so then you said, I don't argue with it not being the best of interactions, but I'm working to make it right. I made a mistake and will be paying shipping both ways as a result. I'm trying to make the situation right, and a negative review like this will definitely sting a bit more than needed. She said, I understand. I would also like to apologize because in the beginning I was annoyed and that was rude of me to be rude to you. Again, I understand, but I am not going to change the review. And then you said, no worries, take care, and wish you nothing but the best. Will refund once received.
Yeah. So I guess the question I have out there is, did I did I come a little hard on that, or
I don't think you came hard at all.
yeah?
I
No.
think she was determined to teach you a lesson. You better never do this again.
I will say the caveat to this is it's always hard to read text to
It
try to
is.
get the emotion
Yes.
or the exact emotion that's
Right.
out of it. But yes, there did feel a little bit of a high and mighty stance from
the very
them.
beginning when she wrote you, it was not in a nice tone.
Yeah.
And because she said towards the end, I didn't mean to come across as rude and aggressive.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, she did, and like that was, we read it the same way she wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she just wanted to teach you a lesson. You
Yeah.
better never do it again. Don't just copy and paste.
Which this goes along with the whole idea of, if you can leave me negative feedback, why
Yeah.
can't I leave you negative feedback with regards to the way you were acting, which you already highlighted was like, if I can mark a buyer as having an attitude buyer, like red flag. Yeah, that would be one way to go about it. At the end of the day, we
You
ended
should be
up.
able to write the buyer.
Yeah,
I think they should have a review just like on Uber and stuff.
correct. I would think that seems fair and logical, because
Or
then
like,
it would keep
yeah.
them from having to do like refunds. Like, I will look through the positive feedback to look for scammer,
Right.
refunds, the return, yada yada yada.
Because that's one way to give them a review without eBay taking it away. You leave
Correct.
a positive one, but in the description you write all the problems you have with them.
Yeah.
That way it will stay, and if people are thorough enough, they can see what the issue actually was.
So I did actually end up going through eBay, and was able to get it removed through eBay.
Right.
And essentially what I leaned on was I was fast to respond, offered full refund and returned of the item. And they didn't even return the item yet, which they still haven't returned the item
Yeah.
back to us yet. So they still haven't processed this. This happened probably Friday,
Yeah.
give or take. But they haven't even returned the item. I don't know if they will return the item, because this is
Yeah.
part of the thing is where
They said they needed the book.
they might just keep it because they're like, okay, this will be easier just to keep it than to try to buy another one. Because again, mine was the cheapest on the market. So
Yeah. Victor said, are you talking about the negative feedback? I just got here.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, talking about a negative feedback that we had to work to
Work
get
through.
removed.
And Josh said, I mean, there are several condition options higher than good. All used textbooks bought at the bookstore back in the day generally had marks and often significant wear.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's why, like, it just doesn't make any sense for me.
Yeah.
And I don't expect this person to actually return the book.
Yeah.
They open the return. I think it's all just show to see if they'll.
And they wanted to leave bad feedback. I think they wanted a partial.
They
I
wanted
think
a
they wanted the
partial.
book cheaper.
And if anything, her standing on the I'm not going to change this feedback was her way of saying, if you give me a partial, maybe I'll
Yeah.
reconsider. But maybe that's just me looking forward to through it a little bit too much. But that happens.
I think
quite
he
often.
handled it well. I always say if he was not the one writing people, we would be shut down by now because my attitude definitely comes. I'm a woman. I swear. It's natural,
I did
flowing.
customer service.
I mean,
on the
some
phone,
women
so-
are very like good with holding back their emotion. That's not me. So you are very good at that.
I did phone sales, so
Yeah.
it was easy to learn how to overcome and talk to people like that. Crocs, these are not. We don't have these that long, maybe 3 months. And these like leather ones, I think these are ones that I
They're
actually
canvas.
canvas is what you would call
like
it.
denim kind of.
Denim, yeah. These seem to be fairly desirable because we've sold a couple of these. This one sold, I think it was another pair we sold yesterday.
Leather ones.
$30 sold via promoted listing plus shipping on that
I was
one.
going to say, I have also tried phone sales, and I love the customer so much. I would just sit on the phone with them and talk about their life and keep them company, and that was not good for the company I was working
No.
for.
Goodbye.
You are fired. You are too nice, and you stay on the phone too long.
Indoor soccer shoes. This pair of indoor soccer shoes sold $65 plus shipping. We did have these for a while, so these are not part of the big items that sold for good money that sold quickly. But it is going international, and they are waiting and patiently trying to get these because they are asking, when are we shipping it?
Right now.
You bought it yesterday. We are shipping it today. Next up, Sleeping Queens. This is a game. So funny story about this. We had 2 sets of this. The one is new, and the other one was used.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we stopped playing the game, so we donated the used one and kept the new one to sell.
Right. Because
And
we were like,
then-
nah, we don't need that anymore.
And then in the process of waiting at the church, we ended up playing
We
the
donated
used
it
one.
to our own church for their garage sale.
And then we bought it back from the church.
Yes.
That's what we do here. We don't need this anymore. Oh wait, we do need it.
Let me
I
buy
like
this
it.
back.
And we haven't played it since, by the way.
It's true.
So this new Sleeping Queen sold for $29.95
This
plus
is like
shipping.
a special one, right? Didn't it have?
No, I
oh,
don't
okay.
think so.
Never mind.
No.
Never mind.
Next up, we have an ornament. Christmas sells all year round. This is a Scooby-Doo keepsake ornament. This one sold $17.95 plus shipping. All right. So first up, this is one of the first big sales that we had this
Is
week.
this our best sale
I think so.
for today?
And
For
this
sure.
sold within 3 hours, which makes me think I probably underpriced it.
It's okay.
Um,
It's okay.
The other ones I'm okay with. I think I could have probably squeezed out another $50. So this sold for $199.99 plus shipping. We paid $40.
Yeah. 15.
No, we paid
Oh,
40.
okay.
This is a different bag.
I got you.
We paid 40 for this set. So this is a Oneida and then satin something.
Brand new.
But it looked like, so it's an eight sets,
Eight place.
place
set.
settings.
Okay.
And it looked like they literally used only, this is sad, only one place setting.
Oh.
And then all the rest were still new. So I put
Yeah.
like new, and because there was only one place setting that was pulled out.
I
of
would
the 8.
say maybe they did it for display
Maybe.
and then kept the rest in bags.
You just try to
I don't think anybody's
spin that like a negative.
No, I think that's what it was.
So, but $200 plus shipping on that
Watch
one,
out for
and sold within an hour.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I had a dream of sourcing, and it was all silverware. Well, I was at Goodwill, and it was one after another. Oneida set, Oneida set, Oneida set, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, these are so good! They must have just put these out." So I worked last night. I'm done for the day.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like you just lean into that one, honey.
Nope, it's true.
All right. So this is a Sony Handycam, and we picked up a few of these recently. This one had a much better touchscreen than the other one, and this one sold within about 24 hours for $99.95 plus shipping.
So we did fine at that estate sale.
Yes, correct. And next up we have
This is not
the right Bible. It's a Bible that
not.
we sold
Similar.
for $12.99 plus shipping, but this is not the correct
the one.
one. Next up, another camera. This is another fast seller, sold within about 24 hours, and this is a Sony CyberShot, pink, and this one.
Can I do it?
Go ahead.
I don't know. I just get in there. Like when we open presents at Christmas and stuff, he's so gentle and like slow to open. And I'm like, just rip it already. Get in there.
Yeah,
right.
pink Sony CyberShot. This came with 2 batteries, they tested and working, a battery charger, a couple other additional accessories, and it sold for $119 plus shipping. And again, that sold within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, digital cameras are a ton of money. They do require more work.
Can be a ton of money.
Yes, they can be if they function and they work well and all those good things. But they do require a little bit more work. But oftentimes you can pick them up fairly. So both of these
Yeah.
cameras sold for 100 and 120, 119, and we paid $20 each.
Nice.
And then the other camera didn't work, but then we had the memory
I just
cards.
think people that have cameras that never use them feel like, well, most people just use the camera on their phone, so why am I keeping this? It's probably not worth anything.
Mhm.
That's how that goes. That's my theory.
Yeah, there you go. Next up, we have a record. This is Harry Carey and Jack Buck. This is St. Louis Cardinals World Championship 1964.
cool.
Vinyl record, $13.95 plus shipping. I forgot to bring this over, but it's right here. This is a D&D lot that has a ton.
Dungeons and Dragons, if you're not.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons dice lot. We picked this up from our Goodwill, and essentially, I thought like worst case scenario, our child would take
Yeah.
some of the dice because he started playing Magic the Gathering, and as like life counters and stuff like that. So he took a couple, and then he was like, "All right, I'm done with it." So then I listed the rest as a big lot, and it sold for via auction. So this ended. They took a while to pay, but 27.76 plus
Yeah,
shipping.
there's some pretty cool ones in here.
Yeah.
It's like I never knew they made this many different types of dice.
Well, you never stepped into the card shop before.
For sure.
So you wouldn't know. And I picked these up yesterday. So picked this up from our local Goodwill. Paid $8.50 and sold for $47.50 plus shipping. And I literally did not have to do anything to these.
Nice.
They were like ready to go.
I'm surprised that they had them listed for $8.50.
I am too. Because usually they price this up. Just to give you an idea, our On Clouds, they have 3 pairs of On Clouds that are sitting in the case right now that they want $40 a piece for.
Shame,
Which
shame,
the On
shame.
Cloud market seems to take a little bit of a hit lately. So
I was telling him I think it's like the Hokas. Like they were hot for a while and now it's like tanked. What were Hey Dudes? Same thing.
yeah, Hey Dudes. Hey Dudes is a perfect example, but I think Hey Dudes did it to themselves because they started.
Yeah.
So they were selling on the secondary market for very good money. So then they were like, well, let's just make cheaper versions and then pump them out.
And
And
it
then
just devalued all of them.
because when we first got Hey Dudes, you had to pay like $100,
60.
80,
80. Yeah.
80 or so. But now you can get like brand new
30.
40, 30, $30. So they basically slashed the price in half so that they can go ahead and sell to everybody. So
Yeah.
hey, do what you got to do, but it's
Yep.
going to kill the market on for us anyways, unless we can get them new or very much like new.
There were some on Facebook that I just tried to get, but no messages back. They wanted $20 and they're like new and in my size.
Oh, so it was personal. Yeah. Well, that is pretty much it for the day. For plans today, we had you had an appointment to go to, but they canceled due to the weather, which is fine because it is pretty icy outside. So you'll do some shipping.
Yep.
I'm going to run to our local thrift store as normal, and
They
then
might be opening late too. You might want to check on that.
no, they're gonna be fine.
And then what?
I got some listing items to get going here. So I still have quite a bit of work. I've kind of spread it out a little bit, being that we
It's
don't have a
winter.
ton of inventory, but that way I'm able to get maybe 8 listings a day, whereas normal I'd probably be getting closer to 20. But it's 'tis the season
Yes.
to slow down.
Yes.
But the sales have not slowed down, so
Right.
that's good.
No, we're doing good.
So, anything else?
I don't think so. I think
What
you're
are
good.
you doing?
I'm shipping and then school and cleaning and cooking. All those things.
She's starting to stockpile up clothes again. So.
I'm trying to not buy very many. I haven't found very many. I think I still have the 15 items
Yeah.
to list that.
Yeah, they're just getting dusty right
Stop
now.
it.
But I think that'll be it for the day.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
We will see you tomorrow. And
Stay
take
safe
care.
on those roads if
Have
you
a-
have any ice or snow.
Have a good one.
Thanks for joining.